read between the lines in yoga, they're talking about negative energy, positive energy, and a moment of neutral energy, meaning total silence. Yoga actually talks about energy management. For example, they talk about you being in charge of your mind, because a destructive thought can really bring you down. Within 5 minutes, you can crash. Like at 10:15, Patricia's feeling wonderful. And then there's this one thought bubble. And then you can crash by 10:20. So when yoga talks about managing your mind, what they really mean is energy management. Even mantras, mantras like Om, it's got a vibration to it. And that vibration lifts you. So think about yoga as energy management. Money management is energy management. If you've got unbounded energy, sell hot dogs, make $50 million. As long as you don't look at your bank balance. It's an inward activity. You have to see, this is another saying from yoga. Yoga says every time you're focused on the outside, you're losing energy. This Eastern European student called me and he said, I was walking in the Prague airport and I saw the most gorgeous woman coming towards me, and I became so attracted that I lost all my energy and flopped down on a chair. And he said, why did that beautiful woman do that to me? I said, look, there's nothing wrong with the beauty. There wasn't anything wrong with the looking. But what happened to you was you lost your entire inner world to an external phenomenon. So the explanation I made, you have to listen carefully to what I said. I said there's nothing wrong with beauty or looking, but this person lost their entire inner landscape to something external. Like if you're a car lover and you become obsessed about polishing your car every day, you're losing energy because the car is outside of you. Coming back to the money talk, you have to be totally focused on my life. In other words, your life is this kind of potting clay that they give you, and then you have to mold this clay. And the only way you can mold your life is to have the inner focus. If you become too externally obsessed about your Rolex, you're forgetting my life. The Rolex is something external on your wrist. It's not your inner life. So you take somebody like Mick Jagger, he has to be focused inwardly to produce the songs. The songs then come outward and make him the money. So a lot of people who stay on the fringes of making money, they get fooled on what money can buy instead of the inner talent that generates the money. So as you start to make money, if you get focused on the BMW, you're losing power. You can buy the BMW, but it has to come from the internal heat. A great example is a novelist. A novelist has to be totally inward, send out the book, and then whatever check comes, that's the byproduct. But the real reason the check is coming is because you went inward and generated the novel. You cannot be focused on the outside. And obviously the amount of money you have and comfort is directly related to your self-worth. The self-worth, self-deservedness, you should ask yourself a lot of questions about that. Like, do I deserve comfortable shoes? Do I want my couch to be comfortable? Have I ever laid my feet up after a very tiring day? What is my shower head like? Does it poke holes in me? Or does it give me, really? Look at people's bedrooms. Look at the amount of energy spent on the bed. Some people have very nice stuff on their bed. Some people just have a bed. I actually visited the royal palace of a monarch in the Middle East. The king's bedroom was very uncomfortable. The palace was huge. So at the end of the tour, they took me to the main guy's room. It was a single bed, and the bed was not that soft. I did a little The tour leader was not there. It was not a comfortable bedroom. So ask yourself questions about self-deservedness. One pair of comfortable shoes. Do you like your soap? What is your bed like? Are your towels itchy or not? Yeah. What's the right word? It's not itchy. What is it?
Scratchy.
Scratchy.
Yeah.
We call it itchy where we come. Yeah. Self-deservedness, this is one of those talks, we could be having this for the next 3 days. If we examine our lives, it's like some fun, a nice soft bed. Who are my friends? Are my friends, depleting me, or do they love me unconditionally? This talk of self-deservedness is an unlimited talk. Examine every aspect of your life. So with a sense of self-deservedness, then the money builds up. To conclude this talk, it's a very strange talk to talk about money. Money is something external, and it buys you external things. But in order to manage money well, you have to be very internal. It's generated from inside out. And also, if your attention goes to what you have just earned, then you lose the flow. So a songwriter really should be flowing with the songs rather than the royalties that come in. The minute you get focused on the royalties, you start to lose energy. The other thing is comparing your income to other people. No matter how rich you are, you're going to meet somebody who's richer. Like in the US, you have people working hard for their millions, and then you have somebody in Kuwait whose bank account is attached to an oil well. So every drop of oil that comes out is just adding wealth to you. So that's very different from somebody who's running a computer company. It's a different basis of wealth. So no matter how beautiful and how rich you are, there's going to be somebody who's going to outdo you. So then if you get focused on them, it can put you in a very bad mood. This is why a great, great mantra is my life. Build up your practice by yourself, one step at a time. Joy of life is my life, and obviously what I share. But I'm not focused on other spiritual leaders. I'm focused on what I'm doing with joy of life. In terms of inward, that's what I'm saying. So when I design this workshop, I'm inward. I'm not thinking of another spiritual leader and what they're doing. We'll have another talk soon. God bless.